All right, so got home about an hour or so ago. Had to fix some things. Still got a lot to do before I get into math and homework. You know how it is. I got homework to do. Because your boy's trying to graduate in like 3 weeks. I'm trying to get this over and done with. I need a B and a C or something. But yeah, shit, I don't even know how I'm doing on my I need to check my grades. Check my grades. Check my grades. Check my grades. Think I'm gonna check my grades. Check my grades. All right, so I got all A's last week on my papers, but in math is, man, math is math. Math, I'm struggling, man. I'm struggling. Still passing, but I'm struggling. Struggling hard, too. But I got an A and an A minus on my last 2 assignments, but this last one we did was a doozy. But I did just turn in another A on my other assignment. I'm trying to get another A today because that other assignment is a doozy. Anyway, I'm going to reply to some of these comments because some of y'all's is just a little thin for the and I block some of these people. I tell y'all what, because some of y'all been emailing and calling me and asking me about trolls and what do I think about trolls and how do you handle trolls. And I said you got to love them because your trolls will start putting stuff out there and get you some attention. They will. You know, people will start spreading the news that they don't like you. Next thing you know, you got a bunch of people who like you because somebody said they don't like you. That's what trolls do, you know. But if trolls are using language that is just divisive, unproductive, and they're just out there, cut them off. Like this lady, and she said, I just expected everything to be handed to me while I was in Atlanta, which is nowhere near the truth. I keep telling you people, I worked 2 jobs. Other people keep talking about you didn't have a car. That was the first problem. That wasn't a problem when you can ride the bus line. Okay? When every job that I had was on the bus line. Okay? I wasn't trying to look any like there's so many jobs within the bus. Listen, Atlanta is a major metropolitan city. Okay? Now some people comment and they said move towards the outskirts, you know, don't live within the perimeter. Okay, some people can't help that. People move to Atlanta. Some of them don't have no job. They don't have, you know, any direction. But here's where I'm at, and this is I'm trying to go over here, and you know, let's see what happens. I was of the understanding that I could go down there and get a job, get a, you know, 2 part-time jobs or 2 full-time jobs or whatever, and you know, bang it out. And that's what I did. So I was successful in that regard. But I keep telling people the main reason why I left wasn't because of the job situation. It just happened to compound situations, but that wasn't the real reason why I left. Is because I couldn't, the reason for me moving down there just wasn't working, you know, to see and be with my daughter. I was down there for a whole year. I saw her once, you know, because her mother pretty much kept her from me. And then, you know, my daughter didn't want to, you know, she really didn't want to be around, you know. It's like, you know, so I was like, why am I even here struggling in a city where I don't know anyone and, you know, so on and so forth. Other people talk about, I think I'm talking about the whole of Atlanta when I talk about my experiences. I keep telling y'all that a lot of those experiences didn't happen in Atlanta. I mean, I've been all over the country. I've had bad experiences happen all over the place. And there are people from all over the country and out of the country telling me they've had the same experience. Listen, people, I am not alone for those who like to attack me. This is not a one-time thing that's happening to one person because there are so many videos talking about the same thing. That's how I got involved in this. It's because everybody was sharing the same experience and they were talking about different cities to live in. So I didn't do this for the views. I did it because I lived there at one point and I've experienced some of the things that they've experienced. And some of these, one lady said, or the same lady said that I was whining. I just went ahead and cut her off because I didn't want to hear what else she had to say, you know. And let's see. And then I'm noticing a lot of these women are like negative. Like a lot of these women are trying to, you know, look up on her, like, you don't even know me. Like, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just a guy picking with me. Black people think Atlanta is some type of safe haven. Now, this is true. Now, let's get this right. I was there, you know, when Drumline came out. So whatever year that was. Now, Black people have always talked about Atlanta being the Mecca, what this person said, Tim Smith. This is very true. And they made it seem like if you go to Atlanta, you're going to, you know, experience this and have all this great experience and this, that, and the third. Okay, let's have an understanding. I visited Atlanta before I moved there. All right, I've been there several times before I moved there. Okay, so I didn't just fall into Atlanta. You know what I mean? I visited there a few times. I have family that lives there, so on and so forth. As far as the Mecca is concerned, I would think that would be, when somebody says, oh, this is a Mecca, meaning this is a place where you can go and you can be successful. It doesn't matter if you have a degree, if you don't have a degree, you can go down here. And in order to achieve that success, you don't do that by just showing up and, you know, not applying yourself in any shape, form, or fashion. In order to be successful, you got to hang around. Don't move to the inner cities in Atlanta. Right. I hear you. In order to be successful, you got to have help. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how good looking you are. I don't care how fat your booty is. I don't care how handsome you are. If you don't have some help, you're going to go down. That's just that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be in the slums. You're going to be used and abused by the people there. They're going to scam on you. They're going to trick on you. You might end up not even coming back out of there. You know what I'm saying? Because it is not the place to go to just be willy-nilly around and thinking, oh, everything's just going to be beautiful when I get to the ATL. You get to the ATL, there's going to be more people against you than for you. That's it. That's it. You think, oh, because there's so many beautiful Black people, there are great Black people there. There are great Black people there. There are awesome Black people there. There are great experiences there. You know what I'm saying? I've had some great experiences there. Okay? But don't be foolish. When I went there, I wasn't foolish. I wasn't ridiculously, you know, running around trying to, I had a prime directive, and that's what I was on. I didn't succeed not because of me. It was because of what was going on outside of that. I was like, okay, this is not going to work. So I dipped, all right? Not to mention, when I was down there looking for a regular full-time job, and they had job fairs down there were thousands of people in my situation. Thousands and thousands who came to one job fair. It was a turnout like you would have thought, you know, somebody famous was giving a free concert. It was ridiculous. And everybody, like I said, people were dressed to the nines. They were clean. And the ladies who were giving these interviews, the one lady was so scared. You're like Union City? Okay. One lady was so scared, her hand was shaking while we were talking because there was so many people who needed work. And this, like I said, this was years ago. There was so many smart and beautiful people who were just pure out of work. These weren't hustlers and scammers and ballers. That wasn't what this was. These were everyday working people trying to make the rent. This is what that was. Just, look, I'm trying to just get this landlord off my back. Dude, this wasn't, you know, these were people who were, you know, one person I told her she was looking to be a police officer because they had need for them. But the police officer was like, this isn't what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Other people, you know, was just looking for a regular just desk job. And the turnover rate in fast food is ridiculous. And, you know, listen, I just wish the people who either live there or who've seen my video will understand that this my issues weren't exactly my issues. Those issues are issues in all major metropolitan cities. This is not a, this dude was lazy every day. I worked hard every day. This dude lazy because he didn't have a car. I didn't need a car. There are plenty of people in Atlanta who don't have cars, and they go to work every day and they survive. It's just ridiculous, some of the stuff that people say. Because you don't have a car, you're not going to make it in Atlanta. How do you get that? How do you, when there's millions of people there who make it every day, they're surviving, and they don't have a car? It's like, come on, some of the stuff you guys say, it doesn't bother me because you're saying it to me. It bothers me because you're really small-minded. It just shows how many people out there they have no expanse to their mind, whatever. They think because they live this way that everybody should live this way. This is the only path to success. Like, oh my God. For one, the level of success is different from everyone. It's different. I go outside and sit on my porch, look up at the sun. I'm a free man. Sip me a soda, listen to some music. That is success to me. Okay? If you've ever been behind bars, you'll realize success is different for a lot of people. All right? 10 seconds behind bars, you'll be like, I don't want to do this no more. I am not in a place of success. Okay? Somebody takes away your wills. This is not successful. Somebody takes away your freedom. This is not successful. They take away your job. That's not successful. So there's a measure of success that is different for everyone. And my measure of success is I got a couple dimes in the bank. Okay? I can sit outside and look up at the sun all day. You know what I'm saying? And go jogging and just have a good time, do my homework, and nobody bothers me. That is success to me. Nobody's firing me today. Nobody tells me to get out. We don't, I've been through all that. You know what I'm saying? I've been through all that. My rent's paid. All my bills are paid. That's successful to me. And that same experience was going on in Atlanta when I was there. There were just everyday people who wanted the success of paying their bills, having a couple dollars in the bank, and being able to keep on keeping on. That's it. They wasn't looking to get rich or get famous. And then there's people who's looking to get rich and get famous. I didn't live in a dilapidated area. Okay? I didn't live in a little caddy shack. I lived in a decent apartment. All right? I'm just confused on some of the things that people just say that's just so outlandish. Anyway, Georgia is not Georgia anymore because there's too many transplants. This is true. But I came there before the flood. One person said Ohio sucks. I'm like, eh. Sometimes it does. Come to Texas. I've heard a lot about coming to Texas. One young lady on here was talking about moving to Texas. I think she actually is. She's going to move to Houston. And this person is right here saying move to Houston. My brother lives outside of Houston. My sister lives in Houston, I believe. And, right here it says everybody gets along with everyone down there. I believe that because I went down there to see my brother. And I didn't have no issues. Blacks, Mexican, white people, I just didn't have any issues. I didn't even feel racial tension there. Like, I didn't expect anything out of the ordinary. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody who's commenting on my videos about females, black females and men. And she's like, well, why don't you just leave black females alone? I'm like, for one, I have. Every now and then want to talk to me, and that's cool. I don't really seek them out. She's telling me to get herself a white girl. I don't want a white woman. Right now, I'm just cool being by myself. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. And she's saying she's tired of these videos of black men talking about black women. Some people don't understand. They see the negative in everything. if there are groups of people that are talking about a subject, and that group of people it's escalating, that number's escalating. People keep saying the same thing. They're having the same experience in different age groups, and it's expanding from the young men all the way up to the older men, and it just keeps going and keeps going. Then there's a problem that needs to be looked at, and there's an issue that needs to be ascertained. That's not an issue you need to run away from or go ahead and slight everyone and say, just go away. You're not any good. We don't want you. That's not the truth. Just because you have an opinion on something doesn't mean that opinion is ubiquitous. You know, because not every black woman looks at me and goes, oh, he's ugly. Not every black woman looks at me and says, I would not date him or I would date him. It's an opinion. One black woman just doesn't hold the monopoly on what another black woman would do. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that. If you don't like what black men are saying, then don't deal with them. But that's on you. That's not on me. Your issue's not my issue. I don't know you. My issue was what I experienced with these black women, and I talked about it. Then I talked about statistically how this is not a standalone complex. It's not just me this is happening to. This doesn't mean run away from it. This means that somebody needs to look up, especially when you got a black man who would rather have a black woman, and have black men date black women, and to see this and to put these videos out here for black women and black men to go ahead and say, you know what, there is a problem. Okay, so I'd love to have a big booty, dark skinned woman. I would love to have me a dark skinned chocolate woman just finer than a mud, you know, that I can trust, that I can love. I can have kids when I ain't got to worry about nobody cheating, no nothing. I don't care about the little fights and arguments that people have because they disagree. As long as we love each other at the end of the day and stay together. That's what that video is all about. That video is not here to just slight black women. That video is to say that these young brothers who see these videos, they're experiencing the same thing. Not everybody just wants to jump in bed and bang you out and all this other crazy stuff y'all do. Not everybody wants to do that. Even when I was young, I was like, man, I would rather just have me one fine woman. That was it. Listen, I tried to get married when I was 19 years old. The woman I tried to marry died. Okay? Come on. All right. So let's not act like I ain't never put my best foot forward. I was engaged again. She ended up marrying a bus driver. All right. So cut it out, women. Cut it out with the hatred and recognize what's going on and work on it. Just got back from Atlanta, and what I experienced is people are very friendly, but yet sophisticated. See, this person had a good experience. Jada Blaze. And it was laid back, and yes, it was mostly people from other places. So she had a good experience. I'm glad Jay had a good experience. Because not every experience is bad. People are amazing. The hatred that comes out of your mouth when somebody is noticing a problem. You know, a lot of you talk about the way I was dressed in the video because I have a baseball hat on and a hoodie, and you start calling me little boy and all this. I'm a grown man. I can wear what I want. Yeah, that's the problem. You guys are focusing on the wrong things. I'm a grown man. If I want to run around in a freaking straw hat and a whatever, so what? So what? It's my straw hat. I used to have a straw hat. I'm not having another one. I'm trying to load more here, but it isn't working, and I don't know why. People, y'all focusing on the wrong thing. Nobody can talk to y'all anymore. I can talk to y'all. It's just negative. Everything's negative. Everything is lash out. Everything is beat somebody up. Everything is, calling people names. And the more names you can call them, the better you feel. That's the problem. Why do you feel like that's the answer? We are losing on every level. We're losing. We're losing economically. Some of you people keep, and then somebody commented about gaining wealth and how I am not here to build anything. I'm like, oh my goodness. How do you say that about somebody you don't even know their last name? You don't even know my real name. You've never met me face to face. Never had a conversation. But I'm not here to build anything. I'm just amazed at the stupid stuff people can say to tear other people down. You wonder why I don't go outside. I don't go to none of these events and stuff like that. And I know nobody's missing me. But see, when one person starts telling another person, and another person starts telling another, that's the power of the internet. Look, I don't need y'all to like me. I use this to get the message out about what I've seen and done and experienced in my life. And there are people who get it. Like, I'm not the only one. And they're young folks. Young folks. That's a problem. People are 20 years old calling me and like, oh my God, I experienced the same thing. They're 20. I'm 25 years older than some of these people, and it's getting worse. You got to understand, it's getting worse. It's not getting better. We're not getting better. Our financial situation is not getting better. Our banking system is not getting better. There's not more loans going out to black people. There are not more black farmers now than there ever was. There's not more loans going out to black farmers now. There's not. They're stealing that land. All the black farmers, white people are coming up and taking their land. What do you think Katrina was about? They took all that land that got flooded and then they raised the price. And all those people who owned those houses, guess what? They couldn't even go home to their own house. It was gone and the land was bought up and the price was raised on that land. The levees were broken on purpose. You understand that? They robbed those people and murdered them at the same time. We're losing. It's easy to see black people dead in the street now. Nobody cares. They're desensitized. All people want to do is take a picture of it and film it, and it's another person, instead of trying to fix the problem. The music we listen to, tear each other down, beat each other up. Everybody's a this, everybody's a that. We're getting money. You're not. You're not getting nothing. You're just getting pimped. You're getting pimped. That's all you're getting. You're getting pimped by the system. That's it. You don't move to Atlanta. You move 45 minutes outside and you need a car. Well, if you move 45 minutes outside of Atlanta, you need a car. This is true. I live in the inner city. And then he says, stop the hate. I'm like, nobody is hating on. I talk about Pittsburgh too. All right. Okay. And then, of course, people talk about the gay situation, and I didn't experience none of that because I didn't go looking for it. But everybody knows that there's a bunch of gay people down there. There's gay people everywhere. If you don't go looking for it, you're not going to find it. I have no interest in that. That's not my lifestyle. So it was all work for me. It was just work and go home, work and go home. The young ladies that I did date still lived where I live now. I don't date them anymore. But I had my hands full when it comes to dating because I was in love with somebody that was here. And then I all went south. And when I left Atlanta, I actually had somebody else who I knew come and get me, help me move and move back to Ohio. So just some stuff to, I don't know, people. I think I'm gonna make some music. Then I gotta get to work. The Lord liveth, and blessed be the rock. This goes out to the homies and homettes in the ATL. Get it. Get it. Tone. Yeah. That was for the ATL. That was a beat for the ATL. That was a beat for the AT Rizal. Some of y'all been asking me to do different beats and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I've been coming up with a lot of stuff I ain't never really got into before. And I thank y'all for the experience because I don't know how to make some of these beats, but I'm learning. Learning how to get down. Making some hip hop beats, some jazz beats. That goes out to my hip hop heads out there in the NY, the East Coast. Hope y'all feeling that one. Holla at your boy if you want some beats. Tone. Yeah, goes out to my homies on the West. I mean, my homies in the East. That's what's up. Yeah, man. Glad to be home, man. I was in the military hospital all day yesterday. It's pretty cool, too. Pretty chill place. This goes out to my homies in the West. Just a little something. Just a little something for them. My homies in the West. I know how y'all get down. West, West, West Coast. West, West Coast. What? What? Yeah. I know how it is. West Coast. Oh, my girl Jackie. Oh. What's up? How you doing? Yeah.